At the shelter, tensions are high. We hear voices. The Russians are just outside. One seems to be injured. We hear them chanting in unison, trying to heave their comrade over the ground. They call for backup. More arrive. The voices get louder and louder.
Малыш, ебаните в нас. Малыш, ебаните в нас. У нас есть дохуя пидоров. Перекличку, сука, делают. Ебаните в нас, кто слышит.
Gaba sends a final call for help over the radio. There is a cellar, we hear one of the Russians say. They're coming. It is the moment when my life should be flashing before my eyes, but it doesn't. I only see Obama, his lips twisting around his teeth as he and Django stand with the guns in their hand. But once again, we are lucky. Our call for help was heard. Kaifariki and BSTG fighters assist with drones, mortars, and RPG strikes from behind the fields around. From above, you can see the full scale of the inferno. Inside, explosions very close to us tell us Ukrainian troops are firing at the Russians. Gaba decides that attack is the best defense. He throws grenades and then shoots an RPG at the house opposite us, where we suspect them to be. Back at the yard, the situation worsens. It's been over 12 hours of battle. Punk is wounded. A piece of shrapnel has lodged itself deep into his leg. The boys move him from the yard to the entrance. Albert provides cover while Sava applies first aid. Punk is struggling not to go into shock, his eyes rolling into the back of his head. They move him onto the staircase, where he fights the pain. The rest continue fighting the Russians, who are making another push. They realize that they cannot stay here much longer. Ammunition and energy are running out. The road is still blocked. To escape, the group will have to run around behind enemy lines.
Перед металом теж є траншеї. Вони вроді би чисті. Підерів там не бачу, як прийняв.
Плюс, а кто-то может артой подсобить, закрыть типа пидоров, чтобы в этот момент проскочили?
Пробуем щось.
Давай, на связи.
Just 50 meters behind the yard, the drone pilot has spotted an empty trench. It's their best chance. The only problem, the Russians have a BTR positioned at the crossroads. Clumsily, they have driven it into a ditch, but the crew is still inside. At the shelter, there is good and bad news. The good news, the voices of the Russians have died down. Are they dead, injured, only hiding? We don't know. The bad news, the house we are under and all the houses around us are on fire. The cellar starts to fill with smoke. We all get a headache, the first sign of carbon monoxide poisoning. As the sun slowly sets, we decide we have to make a run for it. The other paratroopers have set up a first line of defense at the edge of a field that ends right behind our shelter. My camera at this point has no more battery. The only footage we have is from Obama's body cam. We leave the shelter after 14 hours of hell and run. Miraculously, we all make it. Sava and the others fight their way out through enemy-controlled territory. All four, plus our cameraman, are injured. Their exit was made possible by two comrades, Vegan and Woody, who killed the crew of the Russian BTR blocking the exit. Having survived only due to the bravery and resilience of the commanders Sava, Gaba and their boys, we head home with a near-death experience that hopefully won't repeat itself so soon. For the Kaifariki and the BSDG, it's back to war the next day. This, like for all soldiers, is their life now. Ukraine or death. Even if it was tough to watch, we hope our report gave you a valuable insight into how war in Ukraine actually looks like. But another thing, war is expensive, and units like the Kaifariki rely heavily on donations for many things: medical supplies, electronics, cars. So if you have the capacity and the will to help them out, I'm sure they would be very grateful if you do so. And you can do it here, either via PayPal or the link to this Ukrainian bank account.